Hello everyone, hello everybody, my name is J.A.S, but you may call me Game, and welcome to my first ever channel Q&A, where I will be answering the questions you guys have given me. Now, this is my first time doing this, so do not expect the most amazing thing in the world. Anyway, let me just first off by stating what the questions are. Actually, let me start with the game. This is Defender's Quest: Valley of the Forgotten. I did a playthrough of this, and I'm just going through the first little bits and bobs, just going through some of the bits and bobs of the game, whatever they may be, basically. If there's text bits, then you can check my series if you actually would like to read them or hear me talk through them. Anyway, now let me start with the questions. There are 4 rules. Let me start with the rules. Okay, there are 4. The first one is no personal or adulterated questions, even if you don't think your question is either of those. I might think it is. So let's say you ask, where do you live? That's kind of personal. If you ask, what's your age? I might not. I'll think that's personal. You might not think it's personal. Let's see. So that's that rule explained. 2, even if you don't think your question breaks rule 1, it might not be answered because someone else might have worded what you asked better. So let's say someone says, can you play X? But someone else says, hey, have you ever heard of X? You know, X being a game, mind you. I think you could do it. I think you might like it and everything. You know, that's that explained. So if your question was not asked, then that's that reason. Rule 3, I will not be answering questions given after Halloween, so you have to send them in early. Now, I don't think I really explained this enough because no one's really sent in questions. I have more or less 2, which kind of sucks, really. Because it truly does. I know this is very boring, but I just more or less want to explain these if you don't really want to watch, because there is no game audio, and there won't be, so it's easier to hear me. You can just minimize the window and then go on with doing something else. And then the 4th rule, which applies to me, really, after every question, I will cut the video, so it's easier for me to edit. So if, for example, someone asks, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream? I would in turn say vanilla, and then there would be a gap, basically. Now it's kind of difficult to see it with that, but it'll be easier to see it when I actually do the questions. So I'm going to start a new game in this little slot. I had one here, but I didn't really get far into the game. I could have used a mod, I think it is, made by one of the devs, basically, for this little video, but I didn't decide to. So I'm going to now get my list of questions that I was given, and I'll see you guys in it. Question 1 by 1457519 on YouTube. He asks, what I'm guessing anyway, I have a couple questions that aren't really related to the videos you're uploading right now, but I was wondering if you were familiar with the Commodore 64, and if so, what games do you prefer for it? If not, the Commodore 64 is basically a computer from 1982 that people could play video games. That's what it was commonly used for. Just like how people buy gaming desktops and play Battlefield, Halo, and whatnot. It's essentially the same thing, but 30 years older. And the C64 is a lot smaller XD. To basically answer your question, no, I have not heard of that game. I mean, I have not heard of the Commodore 64. I never have. So that's more or less that question answered. By Farony on YouTube. You want questions? What are your favorite game genres from best to worst? What consoles have you owned? What are your favorite old school games, assuming you owned a Super NES/Genesis? Example, Harvest Moon, Secret of Mana, Earthbound, Shining Force. Do you have any indie games on the PC that you particularly like? Any games in development that you're particularly looking forward to? What is your most hated game of all time? To start with favorite game genres, I like RPGs, specifically single-player RPGs. I like tower defense games. I like, and then again, you wouldn't really classify that as a genre if you're like a stuck-up prick. But then again, I don't know if my fans are. Then again, I have no idea. Um, I think I like action/adventure games and maybe strategy. I would say I like RPGs the most, followed by tower defense, followed by I would say action/adventure. And not like classic adventure games, stuff like Maniac Mansion. I've never really played those kinds of games, really. Um, so just sort of stuff like Zelda, like Legend of Zelda, basically. Let's see, what else? What else? What else? What else did he say? I'm very sorry I have to go through all this complete and other crap. What consoles have you owned? Oh, this is going to be fun. Now I'm going to include handhelds because there's a lot. I have a Nintendo Entertainment System, which was originally my parents', but they don't really use it anymore. I have a Sega Genesis, I think. I think it's a Sega Genesis. I actually have no clue. Oops. And like I said, I have no clue. Um, let's see. I've owned a Nintendo 64. I remember the story of that so well because it was just a nice little thing. Let's see. What else? I had a GameCube. GameCube is freaking fun as balls. I actually still have it over there in the corner. I see it. It's fun. Damn, it's a damn fun thing. Let's see. I had a Game Boy Advance SP that I think is in my room, but I have no clue. Um, I had a DS Lite, which got broken. Um, got a DSi, which I think I still have. I don't know. I have a PS2, which is somewhere in my house. I have a Wii, which is also in my room. I have a 3DS, which I don't really play very much because I'm so focused on the goddamn YouTube and everything. So that's that. I know I can skip this text if anyone's wondering, but I'm very, very bored and just want to talk specifically. Now, in terms of the consoles, I do technically have another one, which I got, I think, less than a week ago. Being very careful not to break this. It's a flashback, which is basically classic game consoles, and it's the fourth one in this set. It's basically an Atari. And I got some really cool stuff with it. I'll see if I can put a link to it in the description. Because this thing is very cool, but I haven't really played it very much because I'm very alone, and most of the games I don't really understand. So yeah, it's not an actual Atari, it's just one made by somebody. That's that question. I know I'm technically not really just skipping this massive set of questions, but it's all by the same person. So, and account. So that's why I really more or less want to get them all answered in a set. Let's see, the next question, which is favorite old school games, assuming you owned those games. The first one definitely has to be the original Final Fantasy. I hate the new Final Fantasies. The only two that I've really played are the first one, which I haven't really beaten, and Final Fantasy VII. Now, in terms of Final Fantasy VII, I have the original PlayStation version, but I have a PS2, so I can't technically save it, as far as I know, which sucks. So, yeah, that kind of sucks for me. I like the let's see, I like Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. That was a very fun game. If you've ever played it, then you are awesome in my book. Let's see what else. What else? I don't really want to classify all my old games because they're all different and whatnot. There is a stupid software update on my goddamn computer, which is very, very annoying. Let's see. I think that's more or less that in terms of it, but I don't actually know. There were others. I do know that. Oh, there's the original Super Mario Brothers. That was very fun. If you have ever played that, that was very fun. Let's see, let's see. Any indie games on the PC that I particularly like? I like Fez, even though I've rarely played it. I know I'm a horrible, horrible person, and I'm very sorry for that. I am, because Fez is a very good game. It was done very well, and it sucks that I'm being such a dick and not actually playing it. But it's like a puzzle game, and I'm sort of infuriated by those. I am a dick for not really playing it though, because it is a very good game. Let's see, what else? Um, would Minecraft still classify as an indie? I mean, it was made by a company that's not AAA, so I guess I do like Minecraft. It recently just got into 1.7, which is insane. I was actually playing it before I started this little video, just going on an amplified world, which has a massive height change and everything. It is a very, very good sort of world-styled update, which is very nice to get. Let's see. Let's see. Da, da, da. What next? Secrets of Grenada would probably be it. I do videos on that. I'll put the playlist in the description if I actually remember it. Really hope I do, because it's very important that I remember it. Let's see. What else? What else? What else? I think that's it. There's probably more, but I have no idea. Any games in development that you're looking particularly forward to? There's Dying Light. I'm going to give you guys the Steam page for that. It is an amazing game, but I'm very afraid because of the developers, because they made Dead Island. Another game is, oh god damn it, I forget what it's called. I think it's Hellforged. I have no idea. I'll put that in the description. I really have no clue. And it sucks because it looks amazing. It's basically Skyrim multiplayer. Like, it's multiplayer Skyrim, which is insane. It really is. That's what I think people are saying about it. What else? What else? There is Secrets of Grenada. That's technically a in development game. Um, what else? I'm gonna have to check the Steam store really quick. So just hang on. I'm really sorry for doing this, by the way, but I actually, kid you not, forget what they are. So I'm gonna have to go through the list of games that are not in. Oh, it's Hell Raid. I think I said that. I have no idea. There's Chaos Chronicles, which is basically a hex-based style game. I'm actually going to look on the coming soon because I haven't looked in a while. Um, uh, making sounds because I know this is extremely boring. I'm very sorry. Um, Jesus Christ, is there nothing else that I'm looking forward to? Wow, I'm a dick. I think there was something, but I can't remember what it was. God damn it. So yeah, that's it. Because I'm looking forward to so little. Alright, well that's that question. Um, Most hated game of all time. People are gonna hate me for this, but I have my reasons. It's the original Deus Ex. Now let me explain why. Okay, before every single fan of it goes into a massive hissy fit. It's not really my... It's not a game that I hate, because I don't like the gameplay. I know it's a very sort of huge game, more or less, throughout all of existence. Ew, I don't know where that came from, and all that. But what's what made me stop truly playing is the fact that I crashed, I think, half an hour or so into the actual game, because I got stuck very, very early on, which more or less sucks, really, because it truly does. When your game crashes, you tend to be a whiny little prick about it, which I technically feel that I was in terms of a toll. And I basically just didn't want to play anymore, and I uninstalled it, and I never wanted to play it again. Then again, it could be the Chaos Engine, I think it is. Yeah, the Chaos Engine. And the reason why I hate that so much is because I basically couldn't finish it. If anyone knows, I did a few videos on it, and I can't really finish it because the gameplay is impossible alone, and it's because the game works on a life system. So if you die too many times, so, you're going to get screwed. And when you play alone, you have an AI, and the AI never dies. At least he didn't for me. So I basically was very pissed off because of that, and I just uninstalled the game and never wanted to play it again unless I got someone to play with. So yeah, I would say those are those. I know that's technically two and not one in terms of most hated game of all time. I got hit. But that's really just that sort of example there. Um, hmm. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the next question, because that's that. Now, to be perfectly honest with you guys, no one really gave me extra questions because those were the only two. So here's just questions that I have given myself in case of something like this happening. So let me state them. The first one is definitely, what do you use to record? To record, I use Fraps. I don't really want to keep using fraps. I want to use some other ones. I think they're called DX Tory. I'm going to check right now. I think they're called DX Tory, and Action. So let me just check really quick as I'm doing this. Yeah, they're DX Tory and Action. I'll give you guys a link to this thing that I found, which lets you see like what are apparently the top 10 game recording softwares, which is pretty cool. It's on top 10 reviews. Um, if I forget to add it to the description, or it's not there yet. Let's see, what else? What else? What else? Um, hmm. So yeah, that's that. In terms of editing software, I I use Windows Live Movie Maker. Now, everyone in the comments I know are going to say, "Oh, that's not a real goddamn, editing software. Why not get a real one like man or man or man?" Well, the first thing is that they cost money, which I don't have right now, which sucks, primarily for me, because if I don't have money, I can't do anything. So that's that question. Um, have you ever had a game that you wish you could play again without knowing anything about it? I feel like this is a very good question. There have been several times where I want to go sort of back in time with the games that I've played and just play them again without knowing anything about them. Because that's really when you like a game the most, I think. When you know so little. And, when you play it now, it's just, well, you know everything about it. Where's the fun in that? It's like, something. I can't really state it, but yeah. For games like that, I'd like to go back to Minecraft and just experience the first time I ever truly played it and just feel like such a beginner again. Just go back to the early days of my gaming experiences because that's when it truly was incredible the first time you ever really play a game. You never know what you're going to expect. You never know if you're going to like it or not unless you truly try it. And that's really the best thing about first time you play a game because it's just a good experience. You truly never will know unless you do play it. So that's that question truly answered. I think the third question that is very important is why isn't there more of X? And I want to, or can we ever play with you in X? It's not that I hate you guys or anything, in terms of the second part of that, nor I don't like playing it. It's just that there's certain technicalities of everything that go on. For example, I know people in the Secrets of Grenada videos that my friend Crafty and I are doing. People want to know where the videos are, or can I play with? And the first thing is with Secrets of Grenada. Crafty and I only play it when we record, so we might not even know half the stuff in the game by next session. We might never truly know all the cool stuff by next session. We probably never will. And that's what sucks about it, but it gives us a chance to really more or less immerse ourselves and end up having a lot of fun when we do actually play it the next time. And in terms of playing with fans, I don't have a problem with it. I really don't. Crafty has had an experience where he's played with a fan of his, and it was more like one of the kids, really. I don't truly know what happened with him and the kid. I'm gonna ask him, but I don't. But I know he definitely does not play with the kid anymore. And it's not that I hate playing with my fans. For one, I haven't really found a fan yet in terms of my gaming experiences, in terms of them finding me. So that's that. But I'd like to. It's just, in terms of Secrets of Grenada, you know, the guy said, can I play with you guys? I haven't played in forever. And I said, I don't want to be a dick about it, but I'm sorry, but no. Because I would feel like a dick, because Crafty and I only play when we record. So we have no idea what we're going to expect the next time. And that's really that. I don't want to feel like a dick by making you sort of have to wait to play the game with us. To be perfectly honest, if I could find anything, really, that I could play with fans, then I'd play it. I truly would, but there's nothing I can really find. So I'm very sorry about that. So that has been my little Q&A video, or videos, depending on how long depending on how many videos I end up having to set up. If you guys enjoyed, awesome. And if you haven't, well, I'm very sorry about that. But here's something cool. If you want to put in a question, do it in the comments. And I'll have it annotated on the screen, and I'll have a little thing on the screen that states, if you have questions, put them in the comments. I'll gladly answer them. And I'll answer most of them if it's, you know, something I don't want to answer. So, going with the rules of this Q&A that I'm not gonna. But yeah, that's more or less that. Anyway, I will see you guys later on my next Q&A, which might be next year. I don't really want to do it soon. I want to do it far away from now. Give some time to get some fans going. But I'll always sort of stay there. So yeah, put your questions in the comments. Check the description for links that I've explained in the video, if I've truly said them. I'll see you guys later. So peace out, and bye.